My name is Paulina. I'm the Community and Events Manager of Seedstars in Latin America. We are about to start our episode number 3 of the Seedstars World Competition in LATAM. Get ready to hear 5 startup pitches and an announcement on who will represent their country on the finals. Good luck, everyone.
Hey everybody, Sean here, co-founder and CEO of EduSync.
Walt Disney once said, the best way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing.
And being here show us that this is the way.
Follow us as we make progress towards the final of Seedstars.
And as we say in Brazil, vamos que vamos.
How the selection process of winners at the Seedstars World Competition worked this year. Startups start with filling the application form. After the review, those who meet the minimum criteria get invited to the online Seedstars Academy. Throughout the academy, we monitor the performance of the entrepreneurs as they get assigned to courses and tests. Upon the completion of the academy, startup that score the highest get invited to meet with the Seedstars World team and mentors on one-on-one. As the last step, we invite outstanding experts in their fields as jury members to the online pitching episodes. All those components help us form a solid and complex decision on who Seedstars startup finalists are.
Let me introduce you to our jury members. René Lomelí, partner in 500 Startups Latin America. Felipe Creciulo, Senior Investment Officer at BitLab. And Yanira Caraza, Sourcing and Screening at Seedstars. This event wouldn't be possible without the support of our partner Amazon Web Services. Thank you very much for your support during the competition and for the startups.
Hi everybody, my name is Leandro. I'm CEO and co-founder at Closer. At Closer, we help experts in the wellness industry such as yoga instructor, mindfulness professors, and many others to create their own support community monetized through subscriptions. Since we applied to Seedstars, we have doubled up our user base, and now we're working with 52 experts and 1,100 paid subscribers, mainly from Argentina and Mexico. Today, there are more than 8 million wellness experts in America, and all of them spend a lot of time doing their follow-up to their clients, but they still do this in a very homemade way, like with WhatsApp or Facebook group, and without earning money. With our platform, they can launch their paid community, generate a sustainable income, and build a new digitally, easily, and risk-free. With zero investment trades for the last 9 months, we have been growing 30% month over month, and last month generated $14,000. Let's join forces to help a lot of experts and build the next Latin American unicorn. Thank you.
I can start with the first question, Leandro. Good to see you again. I had the opportunity of actually looking into Closer before, so this is kind of an update for me. My question would be, it's actually 2 questions. I would love to hear an update of your product. What your users are using right now? I remember they were using Slack before. And the second question is, I'm understanding that you are now focusing only on wellness, right?
Yeah, that's true. Well, the first question, as your main question, we're still growing in Slack. We have made like a lot of models. Now all the experts have made their own boarding by themselves. So we give them their page with their payment methods and with their value proposition. And then we have automatized all this process. And now on all this time, we have automatized a lot of process. So with the Slack API, for example, for letting when the subscribers need to renew their subscription, when they have new subscribers. But with all this time, from the last time we have been spoken, we have collect lot of information from our experts and our subscribers. So we can now really understand what's wrong about Slack dynamics and why this is not allowing us to like really scale.
So just two questions related to the initial traction. So first one, you mentioned that you already have users and experts in Mexico and Argentina. So how do you decide to like move from one country to another, and how have you been active growing the communities in both countries? And also, how have been find customer users and also experts? So what channels have been testing over the past months, and which one have you seen more traction or better CAC?
Okay, perfect. Oh, okay. I will. Okay. So why we choose Argentina? Well, we choose at the beginning Argentina because we are from here, and at the beginning because I used to work as TV producer. I have some initial contacts that were familiar to trying the first test. We start there, then we start making some tests, very fast tests in Spain and Mexico. And because of the very good response about Mexican experts, and also we are trying to see if there is a spillover effect with the United States, or because we have some subscribers there, and we think it's very interesting to do that and see how everything reacts there. And for the other hand,
Thank you, everybody. My name is Sean. I'm the co-founder and CEO of EduSync, an affordable and scalable online testing platform for institutions. We provide three very specific solutions. The first, an authoring tool for anyone to create a customized exam online. The second, an AI-driven remote proctoring feature embedded in the platform. And the third, a detailed analytics and reporting tool for administrators and teachers. Currently, we have over 320,000 users, at least one user in every country on Earth, over 11 million questions answered on the system, and we doubled revenue this year from last year and are going to double it again in 2021. We're based in Brazil, but we have spread all throughout LATAM, primarily Colombia, Mexico, and Argentina, and also Peru. But we are inherently global. We have clients in Hong Kong, in India, like AppTech, while also working with giants in their respective industries like Education First and even Open English in LATAM. We've won a number of accolades in the last couple of years, primarily this year, the top 100 LATAM EdTech companies from Whole and IQ, which we are very proud of. And that's it. Thank you for your time.
Hi, Sean. Do you want to share some information about the team, maybe the background or something?
Sure. So I'm the co-founder and CEO. My background is primarily in computer science and economics. I graduated in 2011 from a Brandeis University in Massachusetts. So my co-founder is also American. I'm born and raised in New York originally, but have been living in Brazil for the last 7 years. So my co-founder is also American. He studied language, actually. He majored in Portuguese and Spanish, also in the US. And we met each other at a barbecue in Rio de Janeiro. And as most romantic startup stories go. And from there, we now have a team of 10 Brazilians working underneath us, operating out of Sao Paulo, Rio, and the Northeast. But yeah, he covers more the academic and pedagogical side, while I take care more of the technology and business side.
Thank you very much, Sean. Really interesting. So how do you see this size of the market? So do you have any idea about the TAM or SAM?
It's a great question, Felipe. And to be honest, we had tried to estimate the size of the market, but then COVID happened. And the statistic that I like to say when people ask me this question is that 10% of educational outfits were using some kind of technology pre-COVID, and now it's around 100%, somewhere around 95%. Clients that we didn't even know existed have sprung up, inbound leads, asking to digitize their exams. We estimate the market it's multiple billions of dollars to TAM at this point. We sell our software to language training outfits, international high schools, universities, and even corporations. So it's difficult for me to put an exact number on it. But you know, it's huge and it's growing as we get deeper into this space as COVID continues to change the dynamic of the educational world.
Hey, Sean, I have a question for you. So
Yes.
can you be more specific with your revenue? You mentioned on your slides that this year you will be making $200,000. But I also looked into the deal memo that Seedstars shared with us, and it says that over October you had $9,000 in revenue, and the math doesn't make sense for me. Can you explain a bit on how that math works on your side?
So we've recently closed a number of large deals. Aggregate over the entire year was $200,000 in revenue, which will be closing at the end of this month. Monthly revenue varies quite a bit. It's seasonal in the sense that we work with educational outfits, so a lot of the revenue comes in the fall. August and September, you know, we hit 30 to 40K, I think, in August in revenue. October, it dipped a bit. This month, we'll be closing another 25 to 30. So it really varies. This is why, you know, from the metric standpoint, we don't focus on MRR, even though that is obviously very important, but the ARR number is the number that we typically look at. So aggregating all the different verticals, all the different companies we've sold to, institutions, we will end this year at above 200K in res for the year.
Good evening with everyone. My name is Paul Rivera. I am the CEO of Cognitiva. Our company focuses on closing the competitiveness gap between industrial SMEs in Latin America and developed countries. We do this with our solution named Factory Performance Booster, which is a high-tech digital and cloud-based ecosystem where all of the operational actors share the information they need on a real-time and zero-paper basis for an affordable price. Our market is composed of 100 million potential users in Latin America. The first stage of our strategic plan put a strong focus on Mexico, Central America, and the Andean region. Right now, we are generating revenue with accumulated sales of $100,000 with pre-sales agreements of $70,000 for the next year. We are raising $100,000 for marketing and software development efforts. Thank you for your attention. I'll be glad to answer your questions.
Well, I just want to hear about your competition, either in your country, regional wise, and also worldwide. Can you share a little bit about that?
Of course. Thanks for the question, Rene. I will use some extra slide. Here you can see our competition. Actually, we have already identified who they are and where they are and how much they charge for each one of the clients. Mostly our competition is located in Europe and United States, and basically they charge their prices are very high compared to Latin American reality. They have difficulties understanding the culture. They have difficulties trying to fit the price, and they experiment some difficulties in adopting their solutions to the local reality, because you know there is a huge difference between a European company and US-based company compared with Latin American companies. So if we take these metrics into consideration, we are located in this space where we consider ourselves as functional and available. And we have our competition mostly located at higher prices, which are a very high barrier for the clients. No?
Thank you very much, Paul. Really interesting. Just one question regarding the pivot you had. So exactly why have you decided to pivot the company to this SaaS model, and what have been learning since on?
Okay, thank you, Felipe, for your question. Well, basically, I have almost 13 years of experience working with all kinds of industry and factories. I worked also as an employee for European software solutions. Basically, they were made by Bosch companies, other from Thai. So I spent almost 6 to 7 years selling and understanding how those tools works and how the clients use those tools and solutions, and where the the where the weak points of those solutions were. So when in all of these previous experience, I understood that there is a huge need in our reality for a different approach to those problems. So I decided to build up the company, and I partnered with Tanya, who has also 10 years of experience in teaching and optimization. As you can see in our CVs, I also worked in Mexico, Colombia, and Peru, so I already kind of a very good understanding of those realities too. And we have a strong team back up in us who's actually have their own experience in the industrial reality. So all of us have in common the understanding that for Latin American reality, we need a different approach for solving those kind of problems. So that's why we decided to build up the company.
Hi, I'm David, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Bitmic. More than half of the world's population lacks access to healthcare. This is because of physical, economic, and cultural barriers. Our solution is a bundle of telemedicine hardware and software that facilitates access to quality healthcare. Our devices can measure things as blood oxygen level, temperature, height, weight, etc. Our revenue model is platform as a service. We offer our devices on a monthly fee, including data and tech updates. Our customer profile is B2B and B2G. So far, we've accumulated over $150,000 in revenues from USAID and Disatel. We have pilots with the public healthcare system, Municipality of Guatemala, and with hospitals such as Herrera Yerandi, and we raised over $400,000 so far. If we got the grant, we would use it for a scale production of 2,500 devices and for a Central America commercial rollout and scale. Thank you, and I'm open to questions.
Great, David. Thank you very much. So very interesting project. So just in terms of the final clients, have you been focused on people that are on the large cities or the small ones or farmers? What type of clients would like address? Your solution would address?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we work with B2G and with B2B on both sides. So B2B, it's the private sector. As I showed in the slide, let me go back just a little bit. You'll be able to see it there. So private health services and enterprise. So as I said in the traction, if you see here, we're working with the Hospital Herrera Yerandi, which is a private hospital. We're working with the public healthcare system, empowering access to healthcare for rural communities. We're also working with the Municipality of Guatemala, so access in urban areas for the whole population in the city, of course. And we are also working with enterprises such as Disatel, etc. So it's not only in rural areas, but we're working with both sides of the population, rural and urban, and our clients are B2B and B2G. So for example, right now, we have a project that's worth $150,000 in revenues from USAID. So this we consider B2G just because it's sort of an entity that works with governments, but we're in the gray line between enterprise and government, so everything around there.
I have just one question about the device. Do you have a patent?
So right now we're working on everything related to IP. Our strategy was first, let me take a step back. So we're working towards a full 8 measurement device. This will be ready between January and February of next year. We first started with the first iteration with 3 vital signs, which was blood oxygen level, temperature, and also blood oxygen level, temperature, and the third one was heart rate. Sorry, that was the first iteration. Yes. With that one, we did initial trials, etc. We learned from all the clients. So in the hospitals and everything, they gave us feedback. And from there, we were able to upgrade our devices to medical sensors, etc. Then from there, we took a second step in terms of iteration, and we added height and weight to our capacities. Okay, and now we're gonna be finishing the other vital signs. So what we've been doing is getting those first devices out to the street, measuring how well they work, learn from our users, etc. And as we've been empowering the device even more, that's where more things have come up in terms of processes that we can register, etc. So now the IP is really gaining strength, and by now we're actually in conversations with EY by Seed, which is the part of startups, and with them we're working all the IP part. So what we wanted to do in a summary is test out those devices, measure the value that they could add, etc. And now that we've understood well what we can do, and that we've also made a great progress in terms of advancing those, the R&D, now we're working towards everything with IP.
Have you noticed the hard time brick and mortar businesses such as retail and restaurants have to digitalize their customers? Most physical businesses don't know who their customers are and have no way of knowing more about them. It's more like tossing a coin. On the other hand, businesses on digital channels such as e-commerce have plenty of information. Understanding how to integrate and link those channels available has been a massive challenge, making it an $8.9 billion opportunity in America alone. AI Wi-Fi is an AI-based Wi-Fi platform for businesses to connect and engage with their customers. Unlike other alternatives, we tailor the experience for customers based on their omni-channel behavior while providing business intelligence. Our hardware-agnostic platform integrates with most Wi-Fi antennas in the market, making it a scalable solution. And we make money with a monthly subscription per location business model. The team includes a mixture of tech serial entrepreneurs and innovation experts, together with an international top-full development team. In only 1 year, we signed up 14 plus corporate customers, such as Hooters and MasterCard. Let's build the future of business together.
I have a question about the corporate customers that you have. If you can explain how they are using the platform. I mean, for example, I saw that you are trying to do something with Walmart. They will start a pilot, or they will use in all the stores
Okay, we're starting a pilot on 50 stores, specifically on Sam's Club. That's like a part of Walmart Group. They plan on using it very similar to how Chedraui uses it. In Mexico, Chedraui is sort of the competition of Walmart. And it's basically a connection to their CRM and loyalty program.
Thank you, Eric. Could also share some ideas about traction.
I'm sorry?
Could share some information about traction, how have been growing from the past months or years?
Yeah, I mean, we started just last year. We've been having definitely the pandemic have some issues, made us have some trouble with the cash flow, basically because most of the customers just stopped paying, even though all the invoices kept just generating. But we are now regulating on that part of cash flow. Basically, we started on June last year, and then from there we onboarded, like the first one was Chedraui. They paid for the activation, so we had sort of a bootstrap money, and from there we started going, and we haven't received any investment yet.
Eric, how many clients do you have right now?
There are 14. Well, actually, we just signed the 15th corporate customer. And we have 4 customers that just signed up on our platform and are using it in Ecuador, one in Ecuador, one in Colombia, and there are 2 in Mexico. There are small businesses.
Perfect. You mentioned that your technology can plug in easily to any kind of or any antenna in the market. So do you need to be on site to help customers start using your product, or you can actually build a product that it's a plugin, join online and easy to use for any kind of customer that wants to start using iWi-Fi?
It's actually a platform as a service, so anyone can sign up. They can we have a knowledge base where they can find information on how to set up like the brands and the access points we are compatible with. We are compatible with most of them, mostly for small and medium businesses and large enterprise. For home networks and home access points, it doesn't work because they're very limited. But yeah, for small businesses, most of them will work.
So the
the time has come, and we will announce now the winner of the regional episode of LATAM number 3. So, let's start with Closer. We think that you're a very interesting team with a lot of potential. You have gained a lot of traction and customers with very low resources, and there is a very good indicator. But you need to define what are the next steps for the company and the go-to-market strategy on the Latin American market. EduSync. We think it's a very good time for you guys because there is an actual necessity on the market. You have traction and a scalable business model, but we are afraid you need to find a way to attract customers on an offline model. Cognitiva. You have a great solution for Latin American companies on the market. We like the experience you and the team have on comparisons and processes, but you may need to define especially which is the problem that you are trying to solve and focus on that. Bitmic. We think there is a critical problem in the health tech industry and that your solution is aligned with it. We like that the company can have a good impact on society, but we think you need to define what is the solution that you are trying to sell and how it can be implemented to be scalable. AI Wi-Fi. You have come up with a scalable solution for enterprises. We like the fact that the solution can be implemented easily and that you are working already with big customers. But we are afraid that you need to find a way to add more value to your clients so you can differentiate from your competitors. So, the winner of the 3rd regional episode of LATAM is Closer. Congratulations, Sandro.
Thank you. I really wasn't expecting that. I'm really happy. I'm really amazed. And well, the first thing that I will do is I will call to all my team that they will be really happy. Thank you for all this journey. Thank you for my colleagues. I have the chance to meet them through all the different activities that Seedstars did, and it was a really nice pleasure, and I will be very pleased and happy to represent Latin America in the next stage. So,
congratulations, Closer! And this is it for Latin America. Join us next week to find out who will be the winners to represent their country on Asia. Stay tuned and remember that we are Seedstars.